This video was recorded with the NVidia Live Gamer Portable. Skip it up and that up! What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rich of Review Tech USA, and I'm Batman. Wait a second. So today's shout out goes to YouTube user Courtney YX17. I'm pretty sure I said your YouTube name right. I'll have a link to her channel below in the description. And Microsoft is exposed. Kind of. Not really, but yes, not the way you're thinking. They had the demos at E3. If you remember, you know, when you go to E3, they have the games, they show them on screen, they have playable demos when they're having their conference, and then afterwards you could go play the games on the floor. Well, this is the part that's not really a big deal. They were running the demos on computers, gaming PCs. It was a Windows 7 machine. That part's a little interesting. We'll talk about that in a second. Running a GTX 780 video card. That part's also interesting. We'll talk about that in a second as well. A lot of people were like, oh my god, conspiracy, they're not using the actual console. It's common practice, man. It's been done throughout history. Perfect example, when they first showcased Gears of War back in 2006, they were using a gaming PC with two 6800 Ultras in it. I believe those were the cards. Whatever, it was a gaming PC with high-end video cards in it. It wasn't actually the Xbox 360 console. So it happens. It's happened time and time again throughout history. That's no big deal. But if you really think about it, the thing that is a big deal is two things. The first one, you're using an AMD Radeon chip in the Xbox One. Why did you go with a GTX 780 in the gaming PCs you had for you that you were using with your demos, Microsoft? That's just strange. Like, you know what your video card is. You're using AMD video cards. Why did you use NVIDIA video cards in the PCs that you were showing off demos for your Xbox One games with? It's just strange to me. The other thing that people pointed out too, and yeah, this is kind of disturbing, the Xbox One is using a modified version of Windows 8. Why did you go with Windows 7 with your gaming PCs at E3? Do you not trust Windows 8? Now, I've used Windows 8 personally. I played a few games on it, you know, and it ran fine. So I personally have no beef with Windows 8. But is there something that you're not saying? Is it not stable enough? You know, and the other thing is too, I have to say this, it's really like at the 11th hour. You would think they would have had actual Xbox Ones. I could see if it was like last year, you know, and they just announced the Xbox One and they want to show demos that developers are working on and the hardware is nowhere near finalized. But that system should be ready to go now. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, I mean, I haven't paid attention to E3 throughout history on how many times they actually used real gaming console hardware or they used PCs, but it just kind of strained so close to when the console's being released that they still are using, you know, demo PCs, demo gaming PCs to show the games on. And on top of it, you weren't using Windows 8. And on top of it, you weren't using AMD-based GPUs. You're using NVIDIA-based graphics cards. Just all, just a lot of stuff just doesn't add up. I mean, it isn't as big of a conspiracy as like a lot of websites are making it out to be, but those things did catch my eye, and I think they're kind of strange. And I would love for Microsoft to explain them, especially this late in the game. So anyway, folks, make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you have an interesting news story you would like me to discuss, private message me with a link via YouTube. And if I use your news article, I will give you a shout out in the video and feature your YouTube channel in the description. Have a good one.